Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the year of 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to see what is coming up for you this year. And let's see, I'm going to pull this card as well. Why not? You have this Freedom is Yours card. I don't know, a lot of people getting these cards of freedom this year, so I'm wondering if we're going to be a little bit more free, or if there is more freedom for everybody this year. We're going to have to see what's going on there, but let's see here, Aquarius. You start off with this horse spirit. It says freedom is yours, so I do feel like there could be freedom coming in for you here. It does look like some of you could be being set free from a person here. I'm getting the words breaking a spell popping into my head or something like that, and I wouldn't really call it like a curse or anything, but I do feel like some of you have maybe allowed something to control you for like a little bit too long, and you are removing yourself from whatever that situation is. It's kind of interesting because for some of you, it's popping into my head as a location. So it's like maybe where you've been living, or maybe your job or your career is the thing that is kind of keeping you stuck in a location. And it just looks to me like you're being set free from that location. And that's where this freedom is coming in. For others, it could be a person. So again, it looks to me like you've tried to work with a person here. Potentially, I see it right here. Queen of Swords to the Emperor here. You could be dealing with an Aries. Doesn't have to be an Aries. It could be any sign. But I feel that you've tried to work with a person here, and maybe things haven't worked out for you with this energy. This Queen of Swords could be you, obviously, Aquarius. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I don't attach gender to my cards. But it looks to me like you're maybe releasing yourself from something, and it's going to be giving you more freedom. Again, take it how it resonates. You have the Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Swords here. The Ten of Wands really tells me that you're at the end of the line here. You're kind of at the end of all the challenges and difficulties. He's about to reach that village there, and he's about to be set free. So for a lot of you, it looks to me like you are being released, or you're kind of releasing yourself from things that have been challenging or things that have been controlling you for a very long period of time. This is going to lead to a separation, a celebration. It is going to lead to a separation. It does look like, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it here, Aquarius. It does look like, to me, you are separating away from something here. It's almost like you were, I see like this line and then a down like this, like a notch, you know, let's put it that way. And I see it here in this middle row. It's almost like you were in this downtime for a little bit of time, where maybe I think the universe, maybe over the last year or so, has been giving you time to figure out what you want, figure out like what your perfect life looks like, figure out what type of people you want to be with, not just love, but everything. And it's like that was this kind of like little dip, and now I feel like we're kind of going back up. And this Three of Cups is part of the celebration. It could also be part of the separation. Three of Cups to me can be an inspiring card. It can say that there are certain reasons why we're doing something. It reminds me of like the energy of a muse, the Three of Cups. Not necessarily accurate tarot, but you know, the Three of Cups is meant to represent really positive energy. And sometimes I think if we have a reason why we're doing something, or if we have something to work towards or something to work for, then it kind of, you know, gets us motivated here. And that's what I see with this Three of Cups. Queen of Swords, I just feel, is your energy. I feel like you're very direct, straightforward, open, and honest at this time. You're really focused as well. That's how I'm seeing that energy. With the Ten of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. Boring energy. He represents the way things have always been done, Aquarius. So in a lot of ways, the King of Pentacles can be boring to me. I don't always say that. I don't always feel that. But I do feel that for some of you, you know, he kind of represents like convention and establishment, things that have just existed for a very long time. This right here is anti-establishment. You know, the king is dead right here underneath the death card. So it looks to me quite simply that you are moving away from something that no longer serves you. We see a major innovation type energy here ending with the moon. The moon is innovation, is trying new things, is experiencing exciting new things that you've never experienced before, and it is going down a path or a journey. It can make you feel those butterflies in your stomach. I feel like you're feeling it right now for some of you. For others, I feel like there are certain things that you think about, like right when you're waking up in the morning, and I feel like you get that, you know, kind of the butterflies in your stomach when you think about it. I would make sure that you're changing your words here as well, Aquarius. I would make sure that you're telling yourself, I'm excited, not anxious, right? There's kind of like a difference there, or, you know, it's kind of like that anticipation energy is what I'm getting off of that moon. So it could be a really good year. I would just say, you know, I've experienced that, what I'm feeling right now. That's how I know it. And I would say, you know, make sure it's not holding you back. Because of this right here, Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive. She represents wholehearted energy, putting your heart and soul into something. I get this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy for you last year, 2021. Towards the end of the year, I think all your readings, I was talking about, I kept getting this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of thing going on, where it's like you're like over here, over here. It's like I feel when you put everything you got into something, you're going to be very successful with the Queen of Wands. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling that energy, and if you're splitting your energy between two things in any area of your life, that could be part of the problem, or that could be the thing that is preventing you from, finding success or finding what you really want. Queen of Wands, she's the only queen, or the only Wands court card that doesn't have any salamanders on her cloak. The other Wands court cards all have salamanders. The salamanders represent protection from fire, basically protection from risk. She doesn't really have protection from risk necessarily, but her protection is her commitment. She puts 110% into everything she does, wholehearted energy. So, it's either a hell yes or a hell no with the Queen of Wands, and I would be moving towards more hell yeses. Obviously, again, life isn't perfect. There are certain things that we don't want to do that we have to do, but for the most part, if you can kind of increase the majority of hell yes, I want to do that in your life, then it's going to be good for you. And with the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel your resources are increasing. I feel like this is actually going to be the thing that allows you to say, hell yes, more often, is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, she is very focused. Look at what she's focused on here, Aquarius. She is focused on the pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit over here. The rabbit can represent fears and anxiety, exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. I was kind of feeling that, again, the butterfly kind of first thing in the morning. It's like sometimes I think, I don't know, we're like in a very psychic place first thing in the morning. I think we can be thinking about things, or we can be dreaming about things that excite us, and that can bring up some of the anxiety. But she's focused, again, she is focused on the right thing, not the wrong thing. So I would stay focused on what you want with the Queen of Pentacles. And I also feel like you're going to have the resources available to do it. Next in your middle row here, you have the Wisdom card in this Yin energy card. The Yin energy card is kind of like a card of saying that says make sure to take care of yourself, make sure to rest, relax, recover, do all those things. It's kind of like a more passive energy as well. I don't think that's 100% accurate for you this year, the Yin energy. I don't think the traditional meaning of that card, the book meaning, I should say, is accurate. I do feel there is a certain flow to things that are right. Like, again, if you're experiencing, obvious blockages in doing something, I feel like it's like the universe is saying, go the other way, do something different. You have this Wisdom card as well. I just feel it says you have all the answers. You know everything you need to know. Again, I'm not calling you out here, but you have this Page of Swords here. I just feel like this Page of Swords is like, he's aiming towards the past here. I'll just show you on the table. He's going towards the past here. And I feel in your reading that this Page of Swords is asking a lot of questions. I feel like he's saying, do I have everything I need? Do I have all the answers? Do I know what direction I'm going in? What happens if this happens? Like, I'm getting all these questions popping into my head here, Aquarius. And I feel like this Page of Swords is like saying, don't do that. You have all the wisdom you need to be successful, and now it's time to kind of go down this path. It's almost like you're returning to your nature here, Aquarius, with the Moon card. The Moon card represents Pisces, but, the Moon card is a card of innovation. It represents a period after a full moon, which is a period of innovation, trying new things. That the moon represents fears, not because it's like scary, but because you're doing something you've never done before. The moon doesn't say stop. The moon says keep going. Moon comes up, moon goes down. It's part of the fool's journey, right? It's also interesting to me that you have the Death card here in this row. The Death card, he has the two pillars from the moon show up right here, and you can see the sun coming up between those two pillars. It's like, it's popping into my head that some of you, it's like maybe you feel like you found your thing, or you found something that is like the end-all be-all, is what's popping into my head. Maybe you feel like you found your business that is like the last thing you'll ever do. I kind of see this as a change. I feel like some of you, it's like you could be onto something. Like I feel like in 2021, 2020, it's like maybe you found something and it makes sense to you, and there's like some sort of change here, and I think that's where the fears are coming up with the moon card, is that something is evolving, something is changing, something is growing, and that could, that can definitely be a little scary, can bring up some fears. The Page of Swords, I feel like, is you saying, are you ready? And the Emperor is saying, yeah, you're ready. Look at this. He has this armor on right here. He's wearing armor. He's like sitting down, relaxing. He's got his cloak on, but he has armor right here. He's ready to go at a moment's notice, and he's ready to charge forward. So I feel like you have all the answers you need here. It's kind of weird because I feel like this row in particular is very general for you, Aquarius. It's going to be different for all of you. Some of you, it's like maybe you have a person you admire, Page of Swords, and this could say it's like it's time, you are ready. It's time to go for this. Maybe you, again, have a business. Although, if this is a business or career, it's like I see you in the past. It's like you've fallen into something that's making sense, that's working. The moon is the change. It's like, it's like I had a YouTube channel before this channel that nobody knows about. And, I had a ton of videos that I did on that channel. And it's like I thought that channel was going to be the thing that I did, right? And then I changed to this channel. And it's like that in-between time where I made the change. I had one channel. It was kind of working. Wasn't great. Then I changed to this channel. It's like the in-between time is that moon card. That is the change for you. And I see you doing that. Yeah, with the Death card, you have the Nine of Swords. Get out of your head. Nine of Swords is the anxiety, the fears about making a change. With the Page of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. The change is going to lead to a quick success. Here are your answers. It's like the Eight of Wands tells us that we are always telling the universe what we want. Traditionally, the Eight of Wands was like the arrows of love, or the rockets of desire, as Esther Hicks calls them. It's like we're always telling the universe what we want. And the universe is always saying, like, okay, I'll move you in this direction, right? But we usually resist the direction because we're humans. And, usually the change in direction can be an obstacle that's thrown in our way, a breakup, a separation, something like that. So the Eight of Wands says, you are being guided by your desires. Queen of Wands, right next door, right here, right? Queen of Wands is your desires. It is your inner feelings, your inner voice, like all those things. So it's like you are being guided here with your desires. But, maybe there are some things that are happening that are like, oh, this looks like a blockage. This looks like, something scary. With the Emperor, you have the Four of Wands here. Card of marriage. So some of you, there could be marriage potential. Although I really see this as freedom. Again, you have the Horse card, freedom. A lot of freedom cards coming up this year. So I feel like some of you are going to be set free with this Four of Wands energy. Next, you have this Imperfect Harmony card. So again, when we kind of get into harmony with the universe, I feel like that's where we can accomplish quite a bit, is like when we're in harmony. It's not going to focus. We'll bring it over here. When we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, it's like there's a general flow. And that's kind of what I was feeling on that yin energy card. It's like if you're moving in the right direction, it's going to feel good. If you're not, then there are going to be obstacles that probably drive you crazy. I think it's important, that we understand like the subtleties of life, right? And I think it's also important that we understand that tarot doesn't control our life. Tarot should just be the sprinkles on top, as I always say, of our life. It should be very light advice in your life, right? And so what I would say here is people always ask me, they're like, you're saying that things should be easy, so there aren't going to be any challenges. I'm like, well, that's not true, right? There are subtleties to life. It's like, of course, you could be moving in a direction. There might be an obstacle, but if you can easily overcome it, then keep moving in that direction. If you're obstacle, then that's the universe trying to push you in another direction. So it's like we have to understand that, yes, like even when we're moving in the right direction, we might experience some speed bumps, some bumps in the road. But, as long as it's not like big obstacle after obstacle, then we know we're moving in the right direction if we can overcome those things. It's like the universe is always going to require us to stretch. But it's like if we're slamming head first into a wall, then it's time to change, right? You have the Moon, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands here. I feel that the Nine of Wands is definitely saying don't give up on something. You have the Page of Pentacles as well. I'm seeing this as good news coming in for you here. It is a card of studiousness and learning. It's interesting that you have that Wisdom card here. So it's like you're learning a lot at this time. Kind of feel like it's time to get to work on this right here. Remember what I said. It's like you're returning... The words returning to your nature, something like that, popped into my head here with this Moon card. I feel like you're entering back into an energy of being your innovative self, your kind of mad scientist Aquarius self here, where you're able to, experiment, have multiple experiences, try new things with that card. Even the Nine of Wands is kind of like my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's like a card of experimentation. So it might be a good year for you to like try new things. And if something works, keep doing it. And I feel like you can make a lot of progress this year by just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks in any area of your life where you want to see growth. With the moon, you have the Page of Cups here. Definitely could be a water sign coming in for you. Could be Pisces coming in for you. I feel like you also have Scorpio here as well. This is also a card of your imagination. He is imagining that fish that is in the cup there, Aquarius, and he needs to grab onto the fish so that it doesn't escape. So it's a card that says, like, make sure that you move towards something that you're imagining happening. Again, Queen of Wands, scary, because it's like you have to put your whole entire heart and soul into something, but if you do that, you'll be successful. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords here. I see this as too much dancing around for you, Aquarius. Seven of Swords to me is a card of being tactical. He's like tiptoeing away from an army that's in the background of this card. He's stealing those swords, and he's holding them by their tips, but he's like tiptoeing. He's being sneaky. He's got to be careful, right? He's taking his time. But for you, I almost feel like this should have been in reverse. I don't read reversals, but intuitively, I feel this was like more reversed. It could mean that you're trying to like tiptoe around something in the negative sense. I also feel like more lone wolf energy. The Seven of Swords is the card of the lone wolf, and I feel like it's saying there's really no reason to be a lone wolf at this time. There are probably people who want to help you, people who want to assist you in your life, and it might be a good time to kind of work with other people. And with the Nine of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands here. You start and end with the Ten of Wands here in this diagonal right here. So the Ten of Wands really tells me that you're like at the end of a long journey. Again, he's kind of doing this journey on his own. Does he need to carry all 10 wands? Probably not. Are these all his responsibilities? Probably not. So it might be a good year for you to kind of look at certain responsibilities and certain things, certain burdens that you're carrying here, so that you don't get overwhelmed. There might be things that you can put on someone else's plate. There might be things that you can have someone else in your life do, and that will free you up and give you more freedom. I kind of feel this reading on a very simple level is asking you to focus on your freedom. It's like saying there are certain things you can do to become more free in your life. What do you need to remove from your life so that you can be more free, right? And I think that will lead to more freedom. I would also say put your heart and soul into things that actually matter to you with that Queen of Wands, because that's where the success is going to come from. It looks like a pretty good year. Again, I do feel like you're kind of like setting yourself free. I think the scariest part of the year, and again, I don't even think it's that scary, is that you might have something that you've built up in your life, like a business, a career, a job, and you might be making a change to the next thing. I think the next thing can be a little bit scary sometimes, especially if you've been working on something for a while. You're like, oh my God, I can't just quit this thing that I've been working on for a long time and move on to something else. It's like, says who? Right? Your second grade teacher, maybe? I think that's why people stick to things that they don't like for so long. It's probably because of your second grade teacher who is mean, right? Mine was. So what I would say here, actually my first grade teacher, I should say, she was mean. Second grade teacher was great. But, oh no, she was my second grade teacher. Sorry, rant over. But the point is it's like, I feel for a lot of you, this is like saying, don't be afraid to move on to the next thing. And you're not starting from scratch either. The wisdom card reminds you that, again, let's just use YouTube. Like, let's pretend that I was going to quit this channel. Not going to happen. Don't worry. And move on to another channel, which I already have another channel. But let's pretend that I was going to do that. It's like, I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from wisdom. You're starting from wisdom if you're starting something new here, Aquarius. Pretty good reading. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, I'm going to put the 2022 love readings down below, so make sure to check those out. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your year.